controversy is here to stay, man. What do you think? I love controversy. Can't live without the truth, eh?
Another day, another show. Of course, it is me, Tovani Nkosi. And I'm not alone. I'm with Usteve, of course. Teve, how are you?
Good day, sir. How are you?
I am super. I'm super.
Yes,
Just
I'm
get
blessed.
the mic closer to you, my guy.
Okay, I think it's okay. Is it okay?
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
I think I can sing now. Okay.
Are you ready to sing?
Yes,
Can
I
you
am.
see? All right. It is another controversial show, of course, and we will be tackling those issues, social illnesses. And today's social illnesses will be the black tax. So we want to be sharing our sentiments on the topic, and I'm sure you're ready, Sebe.
Yes, I am, sir. Thank
Assist in deliberating on this issue. Black tax, just elaborate further. What do you think is black tax? Why isn't there any white tax? Why only black tax?
you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Mfethu, to share my views. Okay. Please allow me to use the philosophy of logic answering your question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is very important for us to look at the etymology of the word itself, a black text.
Mm.
So you would realize that the word itself, it does not feature or appear to any African indigenous language.
We don't have it.
We don't have it. So it will simply suggest that it is a new phenomena that is gravitating and rapidly growing into our black society.
Mm.
But the term itself, it typically refers to an expectation of financial contribution by black professionals,
Mm.
black graduates, to the family members who are less fortunate.
Mm.
And perhaps I must mention that in passing, that while we are busy, black professionals and black graduates, nursing the feelings and romanticizing the feelings and seeking a societal approval, our white counterpart are busy occupying the space in the labor market. So that's where you would start to see the gap between the white graduates or the white professionals and the black professionals, which will simply translate to whether someone is a black professional or a graduate, but he still remain a non-contributor to this economy, or a less contributor for that fact. So that's what black tax is.
All right. Is there maybe a distinction between black tax and Ubuntu? Where do we draw the line now between?
You see, it is very important for you to thank you. There is this term that you are using now, Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
You know, umuntu ngabantu, muthu ki muthu kabantu. And then Ubuntu, it translates to humanity, right? But above all, it encompasses the idea of I am because you are, or you are because of us. Now you would see that there is now altruism. Now there is now what we call indebtedness, simply meaning you are what you are because of us.
Because of you.
Yes, and then you will see. There's these fancy phrases now will also be encompassed. Into the issue of Ubuntu. It takes a village to raise a child. Charity begins at home. But by also applying into that notion, now it simply means that you have been assisted by a community, by members of a community, by members of your family. Therefore, it will simply mean that you are indebted to them indefinitely so. So the issue of Ubuntu, I don't know why, there is a serious sickness in Mfowethu of people trying by all means to seek societal approval. People trying to feed to the norms, trying to feed to the norms that they find it here. And I think it is also very important for us to state that black tax, it's very systemic, Yes.
It's one of those systems that are put in place for oppressing.
Yes, but definitely in this time I will not say it is it was put by whites. But I think logically and psychologically it is the system that you are coerced into, involuntary so. Because of let's think about how many people have been told, Uguti, you are a man now.
Yeah.
You grow up, being channeled or being modeled to say, you need to take over. Your father's problems. I always make a joke ukuthi bazokutshela ukuthi vusa umuzi kababa wakho ungazi ukuthi ubaba kwaye uyekeleni yena.
Right. So
they will even no. No, I'm so vusa unfortunately.
Umuzi.
Yeah, umuzi guys.
Right. So uzogada umuzi wakhe.
Yeah, it simply translates to ukuthi ubaba akawakho umuzi then go guard. Yeah, but then it's the opposite, I must say, in passing. Yes.
So we are supposed to step in on our parents' shoes and take care of our siblings, right?
Yes, Mfowethu.
And then until when does this last? How long maybe should this black tax last? How long should we raise our siblings?
You see, Mfowethu, I always put it this way when I'm trying to reason about black tax, I will always say, it is an involuntary system, that we are coerced to. And I always say, black people or black professionals, are under a serious attack, and they are besieged by vultures and parasites who are trying to live their lives, who are trying to fulfill what they couldn't using other people's resources, of course. And I think it is very even embarrassing to even speak about this thing because of you will only see this in black communities, whereby you even find that black professionals now are taxed twice, privately, and the government is also taxing them. So definitely there is no duration to it. Once you subscribe to it is difficult for you to cancel that subscription because of, again, you will be trying to feed that idea of altruism, that you are selfless, that you are you are guided by the spirit of Ubuntu, as you have put it. So again, some they say it's a secret torment, and some, of course, they are proudly participants on this absurd act, which it is an absurd act after all.
All right. They're saying a child is only to the age of 18. So isn't that maybe we can say is a normal age to say now you have grown, you can start your own?
Yeah. Again, that would also see the difference between us and other races, right? Because of you'll only find here, you'll only witness that in an African community, that someone becomes a child until he's 50. He has his own family, but he's still been looked after by by his siblings.
Usahlala back row.
Uhlala back room. You get that, you see. And again, we can even, take it further and say, I do not understand even the fact yokuthi one will have 6, 7 children, and call those children or whatever that it's a blessing. But how is it a blessing? To you, perhaps it can be a blessing to you that you have so many children, yet it's a burden to us or to me or even to the government. Because of, obviously, I do not understand the concept that you can say a child is a blessing if you cannot really provide for that child, if you cannot really give shelter to that child, but you rely on your siblings, you rely on your parents,
it's no longer a blessing.
It cannot be
It's
a blessing because it's a burden to them,
Uh-huh.
Because again, people they are having kids in fact as if one day they will be paraded to Union Building and be bestowed with the Order of Ikabanga or Order of Luthuli House, a big achievement. Yet it becomes a burden to this society. It becomes a burden to whoever is working. So that's the challenge that we are having with eBlackTax. In fact, I must say it is very detrimental. Yes.
So you are against people having a lot of children that they cannot maintain. It's only logical after all.
Again, I'm saying, I may say my kids are a blessing to me, of which it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But if they become a burden to other people, if I can't really, give them what I'm supposed to do, give them shelter, good nutrition and all that, then these children, they become a burden, not only to me now, to the society, because of the government itself now, it must assist me.
Tax money.
Exactly, and it will be taxing more, the middle person, the middle class, in order to again support my children, you see. So that's why we are saying now, Uguti, you now being taxed twice. There is an expectation from your family. You're trying to please them, to push this spirit of humanity, and again you are taxed by e-government. So that's what black tax is. And again, there is a big correlation between all these social illnesses or that you would find. One, we talk about depression, we talk about debts. People are taking loans to build their father's homes, and then you become indebted. You become a slave. You need to pay. You need to service. That loan. And when are you going to start?
Your own family.
Your own family now. Even the issue of breakups, because of even your partner will never allow. Uguti, you are directly contributing to the well-being of your family members who are less fortunate.
And it causes a lot of fights between your immediate family now.
Definitely, because we have family, we have what we call extended family, we have what we say it's an immediate family. Obviously it will cause tension.
So there's fighting.
There is fighting. There's
always division there.
Definitely.
All right. So you talked about standards now. Who administers those standards now, the community morals, to say you as an adult must take care of your 10 siblings, and then when do you start now your own?
That's why I'm saying it's very systemic in a way, you would see. I've witnessed a number of statements that are made in funerals where you find ukuthi kusho no mama no baba, and then they will just say it in passing, because you'd be a chief mourner or whatever, and then they will say to you, you need to become a man. And I know it sounds very fulfilling because you are now given a duty, you know,
to take care.
to exercise, to make rules in this family. It comes with number of issues.
Yeah, and
So it's an issue of conforming to the norms.
which are there placed by people who don't really care about your immediate family.
Definitely.
They care about the ones that
Yes.
are in dire need for your.
That's why I'm saying it's very systemic. But it's very systemic because of, I mean, here you are depriving even the very same people that we consider less fortunate. You are depriving them. I mean, that room for them to grow up, that room for them to take themselves out of that situation, because of you are providing for them after all. So why there should be any need for them to do something of their own if you are there acting as if you are God?
I hear you.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to another segment now, to say, with these kids now, we're moving now to us. What is our expectations to our children? Because of we're raising them, so this must stop between the old generation and our generation. So why are we still having expectations in our children?
It doesn't even have to stop. It has to start from you, from us, to say you're not conforming to any norms. You know, you're not conforming to any norms. You know, you starting your own thing. You know, and then you simply cancel your subscription to this involuntary or voluntary exercise to say no. I can gladly assist if I can.
If I can.
Yes. But you see, now, the words like obligation, you know, now you are obligated to do so. So it needs to start by us saying, no, I'm not obligated to do this. I can only assist. I'm not forced. You know? And then from there, again, that itself, it's not going to bring a healthy relationship in a family context only, but even in a broader a community, because now it will simply mean and that itself, people will be contributing to the community, to the economy, exactly, to GDP. So you can see Uguti, this system, the way, and I was saying, the white counterparts, they even found, the way, you know, they always find the way to get in, even if, like I'm saying, it's not their thing. Really, this is ours. It's our problem. But, you know, one scholar was saying to me, we shouldn't be even using, the word black tax. You know, we must say it's a collective, a family responsibility, that you are doing it collectively. So there's nothing wrong about it. So, you can say Uguti, most of our black professionals, they are suffering. They are suffering.
All right. I think maybe we should look again into the reasons why, because of mostly currently now we rely on our children. We take them to best schools, while we ourselves as parents are uneducated.
Yes.
So a child can only be educated as the parent.
Yeah.
So now where
sorry to interject there. But again, the motive, it's very important, because of there are parents who will take their kids to best schools. As not as a form of really assisting that kid, not as a form of maybe making sure he gets a proper education. But there is a motive, and the motive would be he or she must get a good education and go get proper work. Umsebenzi all right, and then provide for me. You know, in the next 20 years, mangabe mina sengingasakhona.
Ah.
So you can clearly say ukuthi there is a motive
There's an
behind
intention.
it. There is an intention. Thank you. So that itself, it really does not assist ukuthi you are having 4 kids, you are sending the older one, and then you say, immediately this one gets a degree. She will look after her siblings. Exactly. It becomes systemic again, because when are you going to give that person the elder child an opportunity to be herself, an opportunity to travel the world? I always say there is not enough money. There is always a gap, or there is always something that I need to do with my money. Exactly.
Definitely.
Yes. So even if our generation is trying by all means to actually send kids to school to try ukuthi bethole a better education, but at the end these kids, they still feel obligated, indebted to them. Ukuthi there must something that they need to provide, which again, like I said to you, ukuthi I've checked, there is a study that was done by UCT, I think even University of Pretoria did a study to show the correlation of the failures, that are the results of black tax.
Yeah, black tax is killing our future leaders. Of course, you will find a true leader now is stuck, cannot go and study because of now he has to start from the siblings, raising them up.
To parents, we mustn't
Definitely.
be even afraid. To parents.
Even the parents.
Yes, we mustn't afraid.
So we're taking care of their kids and them again.
Thank you.
I think that must change. All right, finding a way forward now into this conundrum that we find ourselves into.
Yes.
What do you think is the solution thereof in this?
It's what this podcast is about. We want to create free thinkers. You see me, I always say, growing old, it's mandatory, but growing up, it's a choice. So I decided to take that choice to grow up, to question things, not to conform, not to be swallowed by the pressure of the community on what umtaka Makhumalo wenzelani Makhumalo. Then from there now I'm expected to do the same. So, and definitely that's where we need to start to create free thinkers. Who understands Uguti. Okay, I've visited a number of retirement homes. Then you will find other races, particularly whites, and they are saying no. And you will find Uguti. They are well off. But you ask, that white elderly will say, no, I decided to come here because of, I don't want to be a burden
to my kids.
I got married when I was 22. I've traveled the world, and what else? I'm waiting for my day.
I've lived my life.
Exactly.
So you're allowing your child.
Why should you then become a burden to someone?
Yeah.
And it is only happening to other races. When it comes to us, black community, people, they become a burden until they are 90. Because I really do not understand Uguti. How is it possible Uguti, you are a 50-year-old? Of course, there are circumstances that are leading into that, but should we call you Ubanu Manume or Mtana Laikaya? You are 50-year-old, you are 50, should we call you what?
We're still taking care of you.
We're still taking care of you. I don't know.
Professor Kanye says a child was born and he grew up until he was 18, and he died when he was 18. But he continued to live until he was 50. So until we find this 18-year-old to start living their lives, they are dead. They're as good as dead.
True. What I'm saying, Guti, let's not deprive people to become what they are, what they are supposed to be. Because you would never know. You would think what you are a black professional. I mean, you are gifted. I mean, you are blessed in our language. And then you are depriving your siblings or whoever or a member of a community because of you are constantly providing for him or her, not knowing Uguti, if ever she can get a chance to stand on her own, she can do wonders that will simply even surprise you.
And even assist others also. Because if you're killing this mind, then you're killing those who would have benefited from it.
Yes, but now imagine what will happen because of, again, even if she or he remains a child until the age of 50, but we would know Uguti probably, she'll have her own kids, her own family. But now imagine Uguti labantwana bazalelwa to that mindset. Are they going to be able to break? From that yes, from that chain of slavery or whatever, or failure to be exact.
I always fight Mawenganzam to say, give them responsibilities so that they can learn as early as possible. So tomorrow they won't be a burden to other people, let alone to us, to other people. To
other people, because of, again, we must not shy away to address the matter. Yoguti, our South Africa has become a very dependent state. You know, we are depending
on the state.
On like everyone is depending to someone. You know, and that's the issue with us. And that's why you find Uguti, there would be even other people who are coming from other African countries, you know, taking advantage of the situation, and even using that phrase, would you South Africans are lazy. You know, you South Africans, you want the government to do everything, of which it's true. And I'm not saying the government mustn't play its role, but I'm saying the little that you can do to say you allow the member of your family, you allow your kids to be their own, you know, to go and conquer the world, you know, that itself, it's not going to help you, but it's going to help the world itself. So that's my take on the matter.
As we are teaching the world on important issues, of course, on the controversy, last sentiments, advice on the parents, the children out there who are free thinkers like us listening to the show.
People, they must be themselves. You know, it is time that you also,
have pride.
You need to have pride. You need to have pride to say, 1 and 2, I'm not going to allow the government to even assist me to this extent because I feel raising kids and other thing. It's your duty. You know, and we can speak about that there are no jobs or whatever. All I'm saying, Uguti, just find a way. And I'm not making that statement because of perhaps I'm privileged or whatever, but I'm just saying, Uguti, people should find a way. And again, people must stop to conforming to these norms, you know, because these
norms.
Yeah, community norms.
Which are actually established by people who are not particularly educated.
Exactly.
And they don't have any future plans.
Yes, so let's just do away with this thing. Inkosi yobona, you know those phrases. Inkosi zobona, and then let's really be part. Let's take action.
Let's allow people.
Let's allow people to fly. Let's allow people to be themselves, and really to those families who are really depending on black tax. I think it's totally unfair, and perhaps like I have said, Uguti, it's a secret torment. Perhaps one will not even speak about it because of what we spoke about. but deep down, I mean, she or he is suffering. So that will be my ending statement to the matter.
All right. There is this norm now where young children are found begging on the road, and there is people giving them money. I always find it odd to say, if ever you are depriving this young child, this young mind, and you are teaching him this habit to give him money and not to think out of the box or find other means to live. What's your sentiment on that?
Yeah, that's very true. And people, they also do not know Uti. Even that itself, it's a business to other people. You know, you may find umama ehleli nomntwana erobotini, but blind. Most of them you'd find they are from, I mean, our neighboring country, Zimbabwe. But you do not understand ukuthi ekuseni kunomuntu omshiyayo. You know? Exactly. So I'm saying ukuthi again, man, let's try to assist. Let's develop our minds. We want free thinkers, you know. We want people who are very independent in everything, so that the state itself, it can be able to deal with matters of importance. Yes.
All right. As we are ending the show, ladies and gentlemen, free thinkers out there, you are allowed to come and make comments especially on our next show, as it is June. We are going to the 16th. So we will be looking into the challenges that are faced by the current youth and then comparing them to the old youth. And then you can just send your comments on WhatsApp to tackle important issues and those issues that matters. Tebe, thank you very much for always blessing us with your presence.
Thank you, Say. We out.
Controversy is here to stay, man. What do you think? I love controversy. Can't live without the truth, eh?